So I got this pair of Indian Fantails. These are what you call Mindians. Not a fan of these guys. I just got them, and I'm not gonna keep them because it ain't my kind of birds. But this is how big they get. They gotta be less than like 12 ounces according to the standard. That guy is a cockbird, and this is a hen. Both are this year's birds, and this hen might pick up a little bit more weight because she's almost, I guess it might be her size till she's done maturing, but that is a cock, but he's ready. He's ready. They look pretty cute, and a lot of people like them. This is a new thing nowadays because this is how big they get, and they can raise on their own. They can fly pretty good because nowadays the regular Indian Fantails, they're quite big. You know, most of them are now pushing about 20 ounces. So these guys are like half the size of the regular Indian Fantails, and most of the regular Indian Fantails, they cannot fly. You need to, I mean, they can fly a little bit, but they don't fly that much. And also you have to trim the tails, wings, muffs, and all for breeding. But these guys, you don't need to do any of those stuff, you know. They can breed on their own and raise on their own. They can fly around quite a bit. And I would say, I remember growing up in India, like when I was a really young kid, these were almost, you know, we had bigger Indian Fantails, but if you go to like some of those people who have some birds for fun, they didn't show anything like that. They had a whole bunch of these birds. They were about this size. But you know, I remember the birds that my brother raised. He had some solid whites. He had a black and a dun. Those were pretty much the colors. There was bluebirds and grizzles, but the main thing were solid whites. My brother kept solid white, and I have a picture of me as a little kid feeding my brother's Indian Fantail, and that white cockbird was a pretty decently big bird. But I remember some people had some birds for fun. You know, it looked exactly like these guys, and they were flying with those, you know, the normal, like the regular flying birds, or you can call them, like, I wouldn't call them ferals, but regular domesticated pigeons, which were just a flying breed. Maybe most likely high flyers, and these guys will fly along with them and roam in the yard. But these are what you call Mindians. You know, there's a big demand for people nowadays raising these guys because they're pretty small and cute, and some people even use these guys as droppers. They're perfect size for droppers. And I might, I don't know if I have any, you know, think I might take a standard Indian in here and do a comparison. I'm gonna put a ballless young bird from this year. This is a ballless Indian Fantail from this year, and this bird hasn't finished its molt. It's gonna pick up more size too. And I don't know if you guys can do really good comparison. You can see like the ballless bird, like it's, I don't know if there's a, maybe I should take one of these Mindians out. Okay, let's take one of these Mindians out. There won't be enough problem in here. Okay. All right, let's do a comparison, size comparison. The ballless bird is a little bit scared now. It kind of scared everybody now. Okay. Ballless is slowly growing the tail back too. There's a young ballless hen, blue ballless hen. But if you look at the size, just compare the shape, the size on the head. You can see how big the head on the Indian is compared to the Mindian. This bird, when it's fully done molting within a year, be getting close to 20 ounce. So that's a comparison. I don't know, because I'm trying to do a comparison with this year's bird. Because now you can see the ballless having a, maybe the ballless is a cock, but some hens act like cock, but like you can see maybe a better comparison right now. She holds the tail and all quite low. Her tails are still growing, but that is your Mindian for you guys. If you want to go with the really huge bird, I'm gonna try to get a, here's a, take the ballless out. So here is maybe a better comparison. That Indian Fantail is 6 years old. There's a grizzle, there's a ballless grizzle cockbird, and you can see the size. So his tail is going back too within the molt. So if you want to get a good idea of the size, this is a fully grown bird, and I think that Mindian, that's how much it's going to grow. So if you want to compare, here's a Mindian to a standard Indian, and you can see, just compare the head size, body length and all. You know, there's a huge difference. So this bird, it can fly, but not that much, but that bird can fly so easily because it's so small. But that is basically an Indian and Mindian comparison. Hope you guys enjoy this video and get some understanding from it.